Hello, beautiful souls. Today, we are going to embark on a journey of the heart, a gentle exploration into the unfolding of love and relationships in the coming months. We will dive into the signs that tell you love is on its way, the subtle shifts you might begin to notice in your life, and how the stars themselves may influence this tender aspect of our experience. As we move through this time together, let your heart soften and open to the possibilities that lie ahead. There's no need to rush, no need to force anything. Love, like the seasons, unfolds in its own time, and we are simply here to be present with it. The dance of love in the universe. Love is a force that moves through the universe, flowing like an unseen current, touching us in ways both profound and subtle. Whether it's romantic love, the love of friendship, or even the self-love that we nurture within, this energy has a way of finding us when we are ready for it. Over the next 3 months, many of us will begin to sense the gentle stirrings of love in our lives. It might not always come in the form we expect, but the signs will be there if we are open to receiving them. You might find that your heart begins to soften in ways it hasn't in a long time. Perhaps you've been holding onto old wounds, carrying the weight of past relationships or disappointments. As love prepares to make its entrance into your life, these emotional burdens may begin to feel lighter. You may notice yourself letting go of old grudges or finding forgiveness in places where resentment once lived. This is one of the first signs that love is near, when the past no longer holds power over you, and your heart begins to make space for something new. There's also a sense of awakening that comes when love is about to enter your life. You might start to feel more alive, more aware of the beauty around you. Nature itself often mirrors these changes, and you may find yourself drawn to simple, peaceful moments: a walk in the park, a quiet morning with a cup of tea, the sound of birdsong in the air. These gentle awakenings are a sign that your heart is tuning into the frequency of love, preparing itself to welcome new energy. Signs that love is approaching. As love starts to make its way toward you, the universe often provides subtle signs that you are on the right path. These signs can be as delicate as a whisper, so it's important to stay attuned to the messages life sends you. You might start to notice synchronicities, little moments where everything seems to fall into place. Perhaps you keep hearing the same song or seeing the same number in unexpected places. Or maybe you run into an old friend at just the right moment, someone who sparks something within you that you hadn't realized was still there. You may also feel a shift in your relationships with others. Even if you're not actively seeking love, your interactions with the people around you could start to feel more meaningful, more connected. Maybe you find yourself having deeper conversations with friends, or you feel a sense of warmth and closeness with family members that wasn't there before. This opening of the heart creates a space for love to enter, and as you become more open and receptive, the universe responds in kind. Another sign to watch for is a sense of inner clarity. When love is near, there's often a deep knowing that begins to take root within you. You may feel more sure of who you are, more confident in your path, even if that path is still unfolding. This sense of clarity doesn't mean you have all the answers, but rather that you trust the process. You trust that love will come to you in the right time, in the right way. It's this inner peace that allows love to flow more freely into your life. The influence of astrology on love in the coming months. As we look to the stars, we find that astrology often mirrors the energies we experience here on Earth. Over the next 3 months, the celestial movements will influence our love lives in profound ways, gently guiding us toward deeper connections and personal growth. One of the key astrological events to pay attention to is Venus, the planet of love and relationships. When Venus moves through certain signs, it highlights different aspects of our love lives. If Venus is moving through a fire sign, such as Aries or Leo, we may feel a passionate surge of energy in our relationships. This could manifest as a bold new attraction, or a desire to rekindle the spark in an existing partnership. Fire signs bring heat and intensity, so you might find yourself more daring, more willing to take risks in love. You may be drawn to experiences that ignite your spirit, pushing you out of your comfort zone in the best possible way. On the other hand, If Venus is moving through a water sign like Cancer or Pisces, the energy becomes softer, more introspective. Water signs encourage emotional depth, empathy, and vulnerability. During these times, you may feel a deepening of emotional bonds, a desire for closeness and understanding. This is a time for heart-to-heart conversations, for healing old wounds and building relationships on a foundation of trust and emotional honesty. Mars, the planet of action and desire, also plays a role in shaping our love lives. When Mars is active, it stirs our passions, pushing us to go after what we want. If Mars is in a dynamic aspect, you may feel a sense of urgency in your love life and inner fire that propels you toward connection. You may find yourself taking bold steps, whether that means asking someone out, expressing your feelings openly, or making a decision to commit more fully to a relationship. The magic of timing. It's important to remember that love unfolds in its own time. Just as the planets move through their cycles, so too we move through different phases in our emotional lives. If love doesn't arrive exactly when you expect it, trust that it is still on its way. The universe has a way of aligning things perfectly, even when it doesn't always make sense in the moment. In the next 3 months, you may feel the stirring of new possibilities. Perhaps someone enters your life unexpectedly, or you may reconnect with someone from your past in a way that feels meaningful and transformative. Sometimes, love doesn't arrive with fireworks and grand gestures, but instead with a quiet, steady presence like the gentle unfolding of a flower. Pay attention to the small moments, the subtle shifts in energy. Love often begins with a whisper, a quiet sense of knowing that something beautiful is about to bloom. You might find yourself feeling lighter, more open, more willing to take chances. Your heart may begin to soften in ways that surprise you, and you may feel a growing sense of trust in the process of life. The power of surrender. One of the most beautiful aspects of love is that it often comes when we least expect it. While it's important to be open to love, it's equally important to release any attachment to how or when it arrives. Love has its own rhythm, and sometimes the greatest gift we can give ourselves is to simply surrender to that flow. If you find yourself feeling impatient or anxious about the timing of love, take a deep breath and remember that everything happens in divine timing. Trust that the universe is working behind the scenes, aligning everything perfectly for your highest good. The love that is meant for you will come in its own time, and it will come in a way that feels effortless and true. Closing thoughts. As we move through the next 3 months, I encourage you to stay open and attuned to the signs that love is on its way. Trust in the gentle unfolding of your heart, and know that the universe is always working in your favor. Whether love comes in the form of a new relationship, a deepened connection with yourself, or the healing of old wounds, it will arrive in the way that is perfect for you. Remember, love is not something we chase, it's something we allow. It's a force that moves through us, touching our lives in ways both seen and unseen. In the stillness of your heart, you can feel its presence. You are worthy of love, and it is already making its way to you, step by step, breath by breath. Thank you for sharing this time with me today. May the next 3 months be filled with love, joy, and the soft unfolding of all the beauty that is yet to come.